It's the things we simply don't know the answer to.
Hi there. Welcome to another episode of Thinking Sideways. I'm Joe, joined this week, as always, by
Devin
and Steve. And we're here to solve another cool mystery. This is one that's bedeviled the world for almost 3 decades.
It's great you look like an idiot.
Yeah, no, I've tried to break this mystery and we've had no luck.
not me. I try to admit my ignorance and things like
You know
that.
better.
Yeah, I know better.
Yeah,
Didn't try.
yeah, no, that's okay. By the end of the episode, we will solve this. Don't worry about that. This has been around for 26.5 years right now, and holds supposedly the maybe possibly secret to a hidden treasure. Well, we really don't know.
Or maybe something.
Or something.
Or
Yeah.
maybe nothing.
Yeah, maybe just a note or something like that. I don't know. We'll find out at the end. Yeah, so first of all, let me say what we're talking about here. We're talking about none other than Kryptos. And you probably heard about that. That's a sculpture at the CIA in Lansing, Virginia.
Yep.
Yeah, Kryptos.
Big thing.
If you haven't heard about it, well, you've heard about it now. And also a little shout out to a few of our listeners, actually several that suggested this. I think Rona and Sean, Linda, Alex.
And that's how far we got before we started saying.
And then
That's
everybody else.
such an old circle.
Yeah, so thanks guys, we really appreciate the suggestion. And I, for my part, I've been doing too much brewery lately, so I thought I'd take a break and do something different. Next time I'll go back to some grizzly burgers, but yeah, let's do cryptography.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
All the wagon.
Yeah, well, let's go back to the beginning. In the late 1980s, brass and the CIA decided the agency was missing something, like, operational security, or maybe better intel, or employees who weren't rushing bowls. Maybe, that wasn't it. Now, they didn't have any publicly funded art installations, and so they decided they commissioned one, and they hired a sculptor named Jim Sandborn to create this sculpture. And actually, I think the government in this case got a pretty good bang for its buck.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Better than CIA for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Or that one that's just a rock.
Yeah, there's that one downtown outside Pioneer Place, which is several rocks in a row. It's like, oh, wow, how do I get that job? Yeah, you give me the money, $100,000. I will give you some $10.
Oh my god, he just did an accent that wasn't German.
No, it won't be fantastic.
It was a German French accent.
Anyway, sorry.
Apologies to our French listeners.
No German listeners.
Yeah, well, at the time this was commissioned, this was toward the end of the Cold War, although we didn't really know it at the time. And the wall was still standing. And as far as
Bernie!
we all thought it was going to stay standing for a lot longer. We all figured it would come down sooner or later, but when it came down, it was kind of a surprise for all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really was. It was all of a sudden. So something commissioned today by the CIA might be a little more cynical. If it were me, I would create a giant Shippy-looking bronze bull with a file folder in it. And then they probably would show at the door. Yeah.
Yeah, they look at your concept and you go into a deep room at the bottom and never come out.
Yeah, I'll go to our waiting room. Yeah, stayed there for about 5 years. But Jim Sandberg created something more serious, and like I said, the public got good bang for its buck with this one. And it's kept a lot of cryptography nerds busy, and a lot of people are still racking their brains over it. And I mean, a lot of people, some very smart people, and of course, journalists have managed to get lots of good news stories out of it over the years. So it's been a win all the way around, I think. And it's still unsolved, or at least part of it is.
So I know what Kryptos looks like.
Uh-huh.
We all in this room, but I think a lot of people probably don't, so.
Yeah, if you're not near a browser, you can't do it, bring
You're driving.
Yeah, if you're driving.
Most people drive unless.
Yeah.
I do it all the time, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're driving, just close your eyes and try to bring it.
Don't listen to Joe. Please open your eyes
Listen
immediately.
to Joe, but don't close your eyes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. If there's no rest area nearby, keep your eyes open. So let me describe it here. Most of the pictures that are taken from one side of it. That's a side where you can look at the writing and it's correct. It's a much
Read from left to right.
Yeah, it's a much of So that when you're looking at it from that side, there is a large petrified log standing right on the end, on one end, on the right side.
It's what, 8, 10 feet tall?
Something like that. Yeah.
It's pretty good size.
Yeah, nice log. I wouldn't mind having that log. Yeah. And then there's a tall copper plate that sort of scrolls out like a sheet of paper as if it were like a scroll.
And I want to point out, it's real copper, so it's actually green now.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So everybody knows.
Yeah. Go to Google and look at the picture and say, they're lying to me.
Yeah.
No. it is really copper, and it scrolls out like so. If you're standing inside, it scrolls away from you, and then it goes in a semicircle back towards you, and then it curves away around the other way, so it scrolls around and away from you again. On the one side facing towards you, it's just marble. Marble around there. On the other side of it, of the semicircle loop, whatever, there's a little round pool.
In the arc of the S shape that the copper.
Yeah, the
tail in the bottom.
Yeah, so that actually is kind of like the other end of the scroll that it's wrapping around. If you can imagine that. And it was obvious to me the first time I looked at it that the symbolism, it symbolizes, I think, the division of our world into smoking and non-smoking areas. Because, and really, when you think about it, it makes sense. Because when you're standing on the right side, which is the part that you can stand inside the sculpture. But if you go on the other side, the smoking side, you can't stand inside. You have to stand outside, just like smokers do. Yeah, and
it's a good theory, Joe.
And the little pool in the center makes a great place to throw your butt.
It's not what it's intended for.
Pretty sure it is.
I like it. Let's get back to our more description. There are letters cut into this copper sheet, about the 1700s or so letters. Yeah. And they're actually, like some people said, stamped out. I don't know if they were cut out with a torch or stamped or what, but they go all the way through. So they're not just...
They were probably, and knowing the time that it was made, it was probably done with like a water jet or something like that.
Whereas
some kind of computer-controlled device to be able to cut them with precision that they are done.
Yeah, and today would probably be a laser.
Laser.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're mispronouncing that word, Joe. Geez.
I'm sorry.
The Z
I love that.
Laser.
Of course, you can find drawings of the text part of the sculpture online, and I'll describe that. Originally, it's shaped like a rectangle, which is divided into four smaller rectangles. The two right rectangles show the English alphabet, that's A through Z, repeated over and over again with the word crypto inserted into the text, which is a big hint, because that actually turns out to be one of the keys for the encryption cipher of the first few messages.
Because this whole thing is one giant cipher. We haven't said that yet.
No.
Yeah.
The whole sculpture is a hidden message.
Well, yeah, the left half is the message, and the right half is the key.
Okay.
So, yeah, the two rectangles on the left-hand side. The top half of, or either the upper left-hand rectangle is encoded with what's called the Vigenère cipher, which is named after a French cryptographer called the Vigenère. He was a 16th century dude. And actually, he apparently did not invent this method. It was invented by some guy named Gilles Baptiste, who invented it also in the 16th century, and then Vigenère modified it several decades later, and then centuries after that, it was misattributed to him, but actually he didn't really invent the concept.
So it's kind of like the light bulb?
Yeah, kind of like that.
Don't ask questions.
But we don't care.
I'm taking a chemistry class, and this is what I have to do.
Let me give you a real quick rundown how it works.
Thanks, man. You don't like the apron?
No, the apron was pretty normal.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
this isn't even on here.
Is one where the easiest to dump a cipher out there.
And my manager just texted me, hey, do you want to come in at 11? Well, do, because I need the hours, because I'm broke, bitch, but
Like, I'm elbow deep in
in some chemistry, yeah. Taking aluminum foil and add that. How was your trip home?
It was nice.
Your cat have a good time with you?
He did, except we took him to the vet, and I think he has a heart murmur.
Is it because he's fat?
Well, that's awful. He's 17 pounds now. So he gained
Oh, did he lose weight?
No, he gained 2 pounds.
Oh,
He was at 15.
I thought he was 20. Well,
Yeah, so.
if you want, you can make Tessa fat while Taylor's gone, and it can be kind of like a Hunter replacement.
Oh god, no. I feel like it's nice to hear. If Tessa was just like.
Are you regretting it yet?
Oh, I mean, I was regretting it in a second, but I didn't have an option.
I'm sorry, hun.
I was like, what happens if like something comes up and I have to like not do it?
Well, I don't know, man. Oh my god, is this like melting it?
take out every letter that's
Fucking
in
weird.
the
And add them to
Did they
plastic
give
stuff.
you the chemicals?
Yeah, well, no, I bought them. I spent $200 on chemicals.
What you're gonna do, you're gonna repeat this alphabet underneath that as many times.
It was great. I'm really enjoying the fact that all of my money is gone. Although we did decide we were going to go to Spain, which is not that expensive, so I'm happy about that. We're going to go to Madrid. I think it'll be fun.
Are you gonna reenact Cheetahs?
Maybe. But it's like, I think we're trying to spend like $60 each
Yeah.
on like housing. Oh my god, look at this shit. It's so cool.
Is it turning purple?
Yeah, and it's like, well, it's turning kind of like purpley brown, and it's like heating up,
I
and
know the answer to, but I want to make sure. So you said the key to this is fructose, but how?
it doesn't smell good. Oh my god, I didn't put my gloves back on.
Oh, so it's a cherry cypress.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the
Sure,
word you're
perhaps
saying.
you're
I'm
gonna see
making
me
sure
here.
that's what it's missing.
Probably. Did you get it from Pearl?
Yes. Got 2 containers full.
Did you really?
Yes. And a gallon bag goes over to the cooler.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So extra.
I also went to my other favorite restaurant 3 times in 2 days. So
Which restaurant?
it's called Buttercup Alley.
Oh. Thought you were gonna say like, whatchamacallit.
I went to that one restaurant.
Yeah, that one. Ugh.
So good. Except they have all new wait staff, so like that wasn't fun because like, I actually had to like
Order?
yeah, pay attention to what I was
You're fun of It's okay, I have 2 cupcakes. If you want a gluten-free cupcake, you can have
They
one.
look really nice.
They taste fine. They taste like regular cupcakes.
Yeah, Bailey made gluten free. She made lemon blueberry ones for Porter's birthday, and I'm like, man, I wouldn't even no. Hers were gluten, dairy, they were like low sugar.
Oh. No, this is funfetti icing.
I bought new cookie sheets.
I thought Caitlin bought those, but that makes more sense because I don't think Caitlin would buy this, considering she left her laundry in the washing machine and dryer for so long until I fucking did it.
I know that this can
As I came home, like, I'm assuming you locked the front door, but
Yeah.
the side door was unlocked, and I was like,
with this.
Well, yeah, because if I don't lock the doors, like I'm here alone most of the time, and if I don't lock them, then she gets locked out. Or, but I don't like to leave them unlocked.
yeah. Especially when there's like,
No one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it's just me and my fucking cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I was getting tired of the
First one?
Yeah.
I don't know how they got that gross. Considering I always use foil. What'd you get?
apple frosting.
I have in front of me.
So I had one
I was gonna say
yesterday.
I have it in
Before
front of
we
me and I do not understand it at all.
down
I
Yeah, I heard someone come in, and then I thought it was Caitlin, but then I saw Vera Bradley bag by the trash, and I was like, must be Sam. Guess she went to work.
Originally, I was supposed to open yesterday. My dad's fuck up. Shocking right now. So I had to rearrange my life to meet with him yesterday instead of Monday. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Tuesday. I met with him Tuesday instead of Monday. Yeah, so I was supposed to drive home and all this stuff, so then I just switched shifts. And then, of course, everything's going fine. And then I hit I wasn't even in North Austin. Like, it was, like, barely Austin.
Mhm.
Stop traffic.
Like by the potatoes?
Yes. Just, like, stop.
I hate that.
And I was like, oh my god. And it was like, okay, it's gonna take an hour and 20 minutes to get home. And I legit had 2 hours before work started.
Damn.
I was sitting there in like Nike shorts and a t-shirt, and I was like, this is the end.
Honestly, I might go to work like this. The greasy ass girl. Oh my god, catch this bullshit. Sorry, I know you're trying to go to work. Just listen to this bullshit real fast. Okay, so there's a girl named Cassie, the one who I don't like, who I make cry like once a month. She didn't show up for her shift like 2 Sundays ago, and because she had covered Fritz shit. Oh my god, he's sitting up here because he likes to. And I can't get him down. He just hopped right back up. But she took Fritz's shift and then didn't show up for it because it wasn't changed online. But she had already told Fritz and Jacob that she would take the shift. So when Bree had to go on her lunch break 30 minutes late, because I could have worked the store alone because I'm a key, but since it was a Sunday and a weekend, there has to be 2 of us there. So she had to wait 30 minutes to go on her lunch break until Lindsay got there, which I think Lindsay might have been late, which is not a surprise. I'm shocked Lindsay showed up at all. And then Cassie, like, we call Cassie, and she's like, well, I didn't know. And then she gets there, and I'm like, it's your responsibility to know when you work and show up for your shift.
Yeah, like you can't rely on other people.
Yeah, just because it's not changed in Passport, if you had a verbal agreement with Fritz and Jacob both that you were going to be here, you should have been here. And then she got mad and stormed away. And she was talking mess to Jordan the next day, and she's like, she had no right to come at me like that. Cassie's a key holder just like me. I make more money than her. And Bree told me that, and that makes me feel good about myself. But she's like, she had no right to come at me like that. This isn't any of her business. It was between me and Bree and Jacob. And I was like, but it is my business because I was the leader on duty when you finally decided to show up. Fucking hate this bitch. She messes up all the time. She did returns wrong for a month.
Oh, God.
Until Bree looked through all the receipts and realized Cassie had been doing returns wrong.
You know, like for example,
Yeah, she has panic attacks and she has to stay there until, we're supposed to leave at 9:30. She has to stay there until 10. She's ridiculous. She should not be a key holder.
I mean, yeah. We're like so short staffed right now that I can't even like complain because like people are actually, the people that actually show up are showing up, but like we're just like so like bombarded with things to do. And like last night Neil was like, we'll be out by 9:20. I walked into his house at 10:15. I walked out at 10:04.
I would say if you need another key holder, hire me, but like, I'm not working next semester because I'm taking 17 hours. Have fun at work.
Thank you.
Sure, it won't be super busy.
Yeah, we were slow yesterday. It was just our boss's boss was in town, and like, I wanted to cry.
We were slow for the first time in days yesterday, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, good luck with your mad client.
Thanks, man.
In the first message. Well, I'm not seeing that. I've read the decoded first message, and I'm not seeing it in there, but whatever. I mean, these people must be a lot smarter than me, I guess. Let's look at this second message. Here's what it is. It says it was totally invisible. How's that possible? They use the Earth's magnetic field. The information was gathered and transmitted underground misspelled, to an unknown location. Does Langley know about this? They should. It's buried out there somewhere. Who knows the exact location? Only WW. By the way, this WW is William Webster.
He was in charge at the time.
Director of the CIA at the time. This was his last message, and here the message gives some coordinates, which turned out to map to a spot about 150 feet southeast of the sculpture. And then that's followed at that point by two more words, which are layer 2. And nobody knows what the significance of layer 2 is yet. Maybe it'll all become clear someday. And so, yeah, it's unfortunate when you decode the messages. They're really not all that helpful.
A little vague.
Yeah, a little vague. Yeah. And then we go to the lower rectangle, and there's I think 866 characters. No, in there, something like that. No, actually, 866 is the entire left-hand sculpture, so about half of that.
You count
about 433 right in there. Yeah, these at least the first part of it, the first maybe 3/4 of it, was encrypted with a totally different system. It was something called columnar transposition. And
this is mind-boggling.
Yeah, especially how somebody could figure it out and decrypt it. Yeah, it really is. It took me a little while to actually understand this, and I was eventually able to figure it out. But yeah, it's tricky. And so imagine this. So if you want to encrypt a message, you take your text, take all the punctuation and spaces out, put it in a Word document, so it's at least 3 or 4 lines, and you want to use a font like Courier.
Auto-spaced.
Exactly. Nothing with proportional spacing. You want every character to occupy the same amount of space, right? And then you print it onto a sheet of paper, and then you cut the text. You cut the text out into columns. So you got, like, say, 4 lines. So you got all these little snips of paper that have 4 vertical letters on them, right?
And all of the columns are the same width.
Yeah.
So 4 letters wide.
No. They're 1 letter wide. 1 letter wide and 4 letters high.
Oh, okay. I thought it was into group. The columns were grouped. Okay, I just got it.
Yeah, and so you cut out all these columns, and then in this particular case, what you do is you step through backwards. In this particular case, they chose to have 86 character lines. They step through backwards 7 characters at a time. So starting at the beginning with the first character, they step backwards 7, which took them to column 81. and then so you pull that snippet of paper out, set it next to the first one, and then go back 7 more, which is column 74. You pull that one out, set it next to the first one, and just keep doing that over and keep going around and around and around through the message until you've essentially rearranged all the columns in this pattern, right? Then take all your little snippets of paper and rotate them 90 degrees clockwise. Glue them all together end to end.
Oh my God.
And then at the end of all that, then cut it somewhere in the middle. And in this particular case, this text actually ended with a question mark. And when it was done rearranging everything, the question mark was about halfway through, more than halfway. So that's where they cut it. So this question mark wound up at the end of the encrypted text again. So they cut it right after the question mark, and they swap the front and the back halves. And there you have it. That's your encrypted text. So
So I see the look on Devin's face. In simpler terms, you take a can of alphabet soup,
yeah,
you pour it on the ground, and you read it. That's
about
Got
it.
it, okay.
That's about it. Well, yeah. So the contrast between the two systems is in the first half, the letters are all in the right place, but they don't mean the same thing. It's the wrong letter, right? You got to understand. Whereas in this case, none of the letters have actually been encrypted; they've just been rearranged, and so the letters are all in clear text. But good luck figuring it out.
Technically.
Yeah, technically. Well,
This might be a dumb question, but
Yeah.
here we are. Who made these ciphers? Did the artist make the cipher?
no, actually, he got. There was a guy who was the chief of the cryptography department at the CIA at the time.
So he made them.
Yeah, well, essentially, he and the artist sat down. I think that Jim Sanford wanted to create these riddles because, and then encrypt them. And so there was a collaborative project between the two of them as how to encrypt these things.
Got it.
So
I was thinking
Sanford,
this was a
yeah.
kind of big undertaking for somebody who's an artist. I mean, not that artists can be, smart, but
Yeah, well, you never know. Sometimes people have hobbies too. There are people out there who do one thing, and
Yeah.
cryptography is their hobby. So but he had a little help with this.
So what did that cipher end up being? Was it broken?
Yeah, this one was broken, and again, this is up to character 768 out of 866. So, and this is what's called K1 through K3. So the first two messages are in the top left rectangle, and then about 3/4 of the bottom left are K3. And then below that is what's called K4.
Okay.
That's what hasn't been broken yet.
Okay. But what did K3 say?
Yeah, this last one, and nobody knows why quite yet, but it was taken from the diary of Howard Carter, who was an archaeologist who opened King Tut's tomb in 1922. And so he had this thing where he described, the opening of the tomb. So here it is, as deciphered by various people. Slowly, desperately slowly, the remains of passage debris that encumbered the lower part of the doorway was removed with trembling hands. I made a tiny breach in the upper left-hand corner, and then, widening the hole a little, I inserted the candle and peered in the hot air, escaping from the chamber, caused the flame to flicker, but presently details of the room within emerged from the mist. X. Can you see anything? Q. Question mark. Some little random characters thrown in there for some strange reason.
Well, you will see in the translations of this text, in random places, there are X's in the text, and those appear to be used as periods.
Sort of.
Or breaks.
They sort of mark breaks between sentences, but they're not consistently used.
You're right, and I was wondering what the heck was going on with that.
Well, a lot of people have wondered about that too. I mean, again, as we rely on Sanborn to tell us the truth.
Right.
And if like you say, he screwed up and he doesn't want to admit it, well, hopefully be truthful and honest enough, because he actually did make one error that he's admitted to, and he claims the rest were deliberate.
I guess part of me thinks that maybe he doesn't actually know. If he's not the one who actually, he worked in conjunction with somebody to create the cipher, but
and that person did.
It's totally possible that person was like, all right, this says what you wanted it to say, and he doesn't know.
Well, I think what happened is he was required, Sanborn was required to actually give them the contents of the messages along with the encryption techniques that he used. So I think what happened is he got trained up. They picked out a few really good cipher techniques, and then he got trained up in it, and then he encrypted the messages himself. And then he had to hand those over to the CIA. Essentially, what they wanted to do is they wanted to know that he wasn't putting something in there kind of like,
CIA is a bunch of jerks.
Yeah, or, you know, I mean, and so, you know, they wanted to know what the contents were so they wouldn't be embarrassed.
So he did all of the.
As far as I know, he did the encryption himself.
Okay.
So, and so what I'm wondering, what other people have wondered this too, is that given these strange little glitches, weird things with the X's, moving characters around and stuff, if perhaps there isn't another cipher within that
I was
cipher.
gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, the deciphered message might itself contain some other enciphered message.
And I presume that people, since, you know, K4 isn't solved yet, I presume that people have tried to get some kind of cipher code from the other 3 that might decode the 4.
Oh yeah.
And that hasn't worked, obviously.
Obviously, no. Yeah. Supposedly there are hints to the solution of K4 in the previous 3, but he hasn't said what exactly these hints are.
But the problem, if I understand correctly, with K4 is that it is so short.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the problems.
Well, so I mean, K4 is what? It's
97 characters.
Yeah, it's less than 100 characters long,
Yeah.
which the longer a cipher is, the more clues you can gather by patterns that are generated.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
when it's such a short thing, without the key, you're pretty hosed.
Yeah, you kind of are. It does lend itself a little bit better to what they call brute force attacks. You know, where you just basically, you know, throw everything at it, and this only really works well if you have a computer to do it with.
Yeah.
Do it by yourself, you go insane. But with a computer, you can actually do a brute force attack pretty easily.
Which people have now done.
Oh yeah, for sure. As computers get faster, you know, the brute force attacks get faster.
Yeah,
too.
Watson hasn't taken this on yet, or?
That's a good question. Why not?
I
It seems like a good job for an AI. Yeah.
Because it's the rise of the machines. They don't want him to know the answer.
Good point. Yeah, we don't want him to know how to like code stuff. So you do stuff in secret and swap.
Yeah,
Kitty
I'm
cat.
sure Watson doesn't know how to do that already.
Yeah, you haven't figured that out.
Definitely not.
He's so dumb.
Yeah. Jeez.
I sure hope, you know, with all the AIs that we're creating, I sure hope they just got some guy standing there 24/7.
Get a kill switch.
Yeah, no, you don't want a kill switch. You just want a power. You want like an outlet in the wall, and you want to just jerk the cord.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Just like flip the fuse.
Yeah. Exactly.
Supercomputers, ultra intelligent, artificial intelligence, runs the entire world plugged into a 110 volt plug in the wall.
Yeah. Some dude could accidentally trip over it
And just destroy all their infrastructure.
That'd be hilarious. Yeah.
It sounds like that's what's going to happen.
So K4 totally unsolved. Totally unsolved.
It is unsolved. Yeah. So let me go back.
All sorts of anticipation. But I don't know why. Yesterday I was thinking about you today. So weird.
Second to the solution of the first 3.
Yeah.
The first 3 were cracked in 1990.
You're definitely psychic. 10 out of 10.
I know. And but then the CIA raided all over his brain by announcing that one of their employees had solved the first 3 pieces in 1998, the year before. His name was Dave Stein. And also they made clear that even though they had employees that had been working on this, they weren't using company time. They just did it on their own time. Of course. So he said he just did it over like the course of about 400 lunch hours working on this sculpture. And then the NSA announced that, hey, you know, 3 of their guys had like totally solved the whole first 3 messages in 1995. That's what they said.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like.
Oh, by the way, actually, I solved it in 1888.
Yeah, I did too. I solved it in 1990, the day after they put it up.
Well, and the funny thing is that if you read some of the stuff from the CIA and the NSA, they're really Jim Galagli, is that how you say it? He goes, oh, well, we did it all by hand. You just don't get the same joy and blah, blah, blah. It was really funny, the writing that just took a total dig that this guy using a computer to do it.
I think the computer is a smart way to go myself. You know,
Let's see, it didn't take 400 lunch hours.
No, exactly. The thing about doing my hand is that when it's cryptography, there's a lot of deep counting going on. You know, all that stuff is just rote stuff. Like, say, if you're just doing a Caesar cipher, the simplest thing possible, and you just have to add, say, 3 to every alpha letter in your clear text to encrypt it. Well, you gotta go. Through the entire message. And isn't it better for that kind of grunt work to have a computer do that?
I agree.
think that's mindless. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of that cryptography in both
have a little orphan Annie decryptor ring.
Or yeah, I had it done. Was it Johnny Quest or G.I. Joe? Or I don't remember what it was, but I had a pretty cool decoder when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It was handy. Yeah.
Just remember to drink your whole thing.
I don't know where I got that record deck box or what, but yeah, that's cool stuff. I'm sure it's illegal now because I got, if I had any kid had that, they would immediately shove that throat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were different breed kids in my day. We didn't shove that stuff.
I mean, it's hard when like there are dinosaurs threatening your life. You tend to not like shove things in your mouth.
Yeah, thank you. CIA and NSA kept it secret. Maybe they didn't want to like let people know how smart they are, and how brilliant they are at decrypting, or it could actually be that, and it does seem to be documented. They actually, in 2014, the NSA did declassify some documents because apparently their employees, or three of them, wrote up reports on how they did the whole thing, and but they were classified up until 2014, and but now they're available online, so you can read it. So apparently it is documented that their employees did indeed break those first three ciphers in 1995.
But why were they classified?
Yeah, why they keep it
Because they work for a certain organization where almost everything's classified.
There was a tendency to overclassify things, and it might have been just sheer sportsmanship. They might have just felt like, hey, we're going to rain on a lot of people's parades, and we say, hey, we cracked it, here it is,
Yeah, that hasn't stopped it before.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Especially as weird as this one is.
Yeah.
There's more cracking to be done.
It is a weird one. I mean, yeah, they could have said something like, hey, we cracked it, but we're still not going to tell you what it is. You're going to figure it out yourself.
Yeah.
Bitches. But, alright, so, we're going to start with we're going to talk about our first little mystery here, but first, let's take a break.
Because I think I see a man who's going to suit at the door.
Uh-oh. The town of Beaumont had a problem. The city council had barred dancing and rock and roll. You couldn't do it. It just wasn't allowed. Supposedly, the rules put in place after the Reverend's son died in a car accident on the way home from a dance. But that wasn't the real reason. The real reason was that the Reverend was wearing conventional socks that didn't fit right and gave him blisters. And dancing only made it worse. And he didn't want to be the only one not dancing. Maybe pillars of decided that it had to be that way for everyone, so the rules were put in place. Luckily, a spirited king named Ren McCormick came to town and showed everyone the error of their ways. Socks, a vital article of clothing that often gets overlooked. Thankfully, 4 years ago, two guys set out to rethink it. Neither of them was Ren's. And after spending 2 years fixing all the things they didn't like about conventional socks, Bombas was born. Bombas offers premium socks equipped with 7 substantial improvements to the ordinary sock, which you can find online. In fact, Bombas socks are such game changers that customers publicly claim that they are the most comfortable socks they've ever worn. But best of all, every pair of socks Bombas sells, they donate a pair to those in need. They've already donated over 2 million pairs so far.
Okay.
Go to bombas.com/sideways to get 20% off your first order. You'll love Bombas socks or your money back, guaranteed. That's bombas.com/sideways. Now that I think about it, maybe Randy Goldberg and David Keith are like Ren McCormick. They did bust the sock system.
And we're back.
Turns out that guy was just selling books.
Yeah.
Where to go?
My neighbor wanted to buy
What he
some
said.
driver. Yeah, that's dangerous. I got a good serial killer story for you guys about that one. But
For another time, maybe.
one at a time, yeah.
Mystery number 1.
Yeah, let's talk about our first mystery, which what is exactly the true purpose of Kryptos? Was it just art, or was it something else? I sort of wondered if maybe it's not going to be find really talented photographers to hire.
Yeah, so I mean, there's no question in my mind that this is similar to, the idea of Cicada 301, where obviously a lot of these puzzles get put out there simply because they're amazing, and obviously,
Back in the 40s, late 30s.
Yeah.
I mean, Google does the same thing. They hire people to hack into their system. They say, you can get into our system, we will hire you.
I know, when I heard about that, I got my car drove to the front wall.
No, that doesn't count. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's alright. I had an accident in the truck already, so it doesn't matter.
But I mean, there's responsibly, stuff like that you guys are, so.
Yeah, well, you know, the thing about it is it's actually kind of a nice looking piece of sculpture too, so it could be a dual purpose kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's pretty nice.
I mean, not that it's full of smoke and just walk around through it, but
well, that's the thing, yeah, it's not so easy. It's not really good to look at it. There's lots of pictures and information about it. There's tons of information out there, and lots of good links to you all by the way. There's one person who launched it like, you know, there's a foremost actually on the whole thing. See, on the page, we'll give you a link to that. It's out of 100, 200 links.
oh my god, I can
Articles and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, pretty much almost everything you know about crypto you'll find on the page. Well, let's go back to our story just a little bit. As you know, nobody has yet Cypher Skate 4, so it's the last time we decided to try to take it was continuing that long, almost 20 years.
Yeah.
And we're still handling your head breaks out of them. Yeah, as I said earlier, because it's so short, that's one of the things that made it kind of tough to break. Although it turns out, you know, P1 was actually kind of short too, people managed to break that. And it turns out that it's actually shorter than 97 letters, because in 2013, Jim said was revealed that actually that last 97 characters is 2 messages, not just 1. And they're critically different.
making it even harder.
Yeah, it does make it harder. And he also said that he needs to solve K4 in order to solve K5. So, and in 2010, it's been 11 years since the last time there's been progress. So he decided it was time to drop it.
Officially.
Yeah, officially, yeah. That's a good point. So he said the 6 characters in K4 translate to the word Berlin, as in the city of Germany. The characters are the 64th through 69. The letters are N, Y, P, B, T, T. Write that down. And again, now remember, of course, at this time in 2010, W10 were new, that there was actually 2 messages in there. So my question, of course, when I first heard that, well, is Berlin in K4 or Berlin in K5?
I guess I put on hard time. I'm so green with ciphers. I don't understand ciphers at all. So for me, it's so hard to imagine a cipher where Berlin would translate to something that has 2 T's at the end of it. You know?
I paused.
That's very hard for me, but also, knowing that there's this other cipher where actually all of the letters are correct, crazy, but
yeah. I mean, obviously, it's not the first.
No.
Right. So it's not the confusion cipher. It can't be.
Right, obviously.
Obviously, it can't be the blue, can't be the leadership.
Yeah.
Obviously, the column and position technique is not being used here because mostly put it side by side and like scanner all throughout the text.
Right.
So it could be that we're back to the old Visionaire cipher, maybe. I don't know. But presumably, a lot of people have already tried to decrypt it using the Visionaire cipher.
Yeah, if you know that it's used once, you might as well give it a shot and see if it's used more than once.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, but if they've gone back to the Visionaire cipher, it appears that they probably took out the keyword crypto. So they're probably using there's probably 2 different keys this time.
Oh, yeah.
It was not, yeah. So, and that's about all we know about it so far. There are only 23 characters after
the word Berlin.
Yeah, the word Berlin. But well, in that time, it is 28. But in 2014, Jim Sandward said that because still nobody has broken the cipher, he said, okay, the word after. Berlin is clock. So Berlin clock. And those were, that word is spelled NCFPK.
So I spell clock.
Exactly. And so after clock, there are only 23 characters. After that, I'm assuming that Berlin clock is in K4, not K5.
That would make sense if you have to have K4s to fix.
Otherwise Sandberg is a real jerk.
Yeah, you're right.
Jerk, yeah. So,
I guess I just keep thinking, 97 characters, that's a small enough set that you could have, if you have two different encryption, and you're really smart about it, right? It could literally be the same letters with two different encryption codes, with two separate messages that are all 97 letters. I think that's possible.
So you're saying
It's not easy,
It's not easy. It would be really tricky, but I'm saying that it could just be two different cipher sets, right? And that would also, for me, I'm sorry, this may be like jumping ahead a little bit, but for me, when I look at all of the errors that are included in all of the other ones, that's kind of what it looks like to me, is that the shift would be different, and so a different message with different sets of errors would appear in like K1, for instance, right? That like if there were a separate message included in there, those X's would go away and suddenly they become A's, and it's a totally different set of, whatever. And so I guess for me, I don't think it's likely that is the case, but it's a possibility that I keep coming back to.
That would be genius level encryption to me.
Yeah, I agree.
So you're saying essentially that.
But there are a lot of errors in this, so he could have done it wrong. He could have thought he did it perfectly great.
Yeah, but
And just have no.
But
And they're both decipherable now.
Yeah, but I still don't know what I'm from reading it correctly. You're saying the same message can be two entirely different things.
I'm saying that the same set of letters given two different encryption codes could be two separate
Could be two different things, yeah. And that would explain a lot of things, like you say, the stray weird characters and the spellings and stuff, where they had to sort of shoehorn these things together.
Right.
And so that's entirely possible. A lot of people have pondered that exact question.
Well,
But that's just a little too fiendish on the other hand.
I'll stand for now.
Okay, so
we got Berlin clock.
Oh yeah, we're at Berlin clock. Okay, and again, we got two messages. Presumably, there's at least 23 characters in K5. And by the way, Berlin clock, doodle on that. And if you haven't heard of it, it's a pretty cool clock. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's one of those clocks that you have to sit down and figure out how to use it and how to tell time by it. And then you never use it again because it's a pain in the butt. You gotta kind of do some math in order to tell the time.
Right, and it uses
can you give me like a high level?
color and shapes. So I think there's a red circle, then there's a bar below that is divided into three pieces, and each piece lights up in yellow. It's basically this weird semi-binary clock.
Yeah.
You would have to be really, really versed in that kind of stuff and use it all the time in order to understand that the combination of lights, this means 6:30, but this means 6:42.
Yeah. It is. It's like there. I think there's like three red ones at the top, three red rectangles, and those denote 15 minutes each. Yeah, and then so it's like three of them are lit up. But
It's four, right? Just like
it's
four.
four at the top, and then so those are four increments of like 15 minutes each. So those we got two of them lit up. Then it's okay. 45 minutes after the hour, and if you go down further to find out what the hour is, so you gotta get
Super complex.
Yeah, it's a little complicated. It's not conceptually difficult, but it's kind of a nuisance if you're going to want to know what the time is real fast.
But people dig that stuff. I mean, you see watches like that all the time. There's, binary watches with RSA binary. There's a couple of different ones. I don't know if you never saw this, Devin, but Joe, I don't know. You remember that watch that I had that had the hollow center and the light? That thing was cool, but a giant pain in the butt to use. Again, it's just kind of a cool factor kind of thing.
Absolutely. Okay, I want to know the timepiece that just whenever you want to know the time, you press a button and it just drops out gold bars or certain, a certain number of gold bars for the hour. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to go into alchemy for that.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so one gold bar for each hour and a bunch of Krieger ranks for the minutes. That work? Okay.
It works.
Yeah. So the big question is will K4 and K5 be decoded? Well, probably sooner or later they will. But does it solve everything? Well, and not quite, because Denver said that in 1991, I'm quoting here, once players decide
intentional. You know, I work in an area where you take artistic license to things, and I work with some people who will seriously manipulate things to make them look right. And the problem is that then very dramatically changes their meaning, whether it be in text or imagery or illustrations or whatever, or in this case, a series of letters. Well, that's where I'm really worried that this thing is completely screwed up because he's going to massage those letters around and blown the whole thing apart.
Honestly, I feel like that quote from him of like, once deciphered, I'm not sure. It's totally him just covering his butt because he like realized 10 years later, he was like, oh crap, I totally messed that up. It's not that I mean anything. On the other hand, maybe not.
I tend to think he probably did some proofreading before he put the whole thing up.
But he didn't, because it was 10 years later that he was rereading the plain text.
And he found that one error.
He found that one error that dramatically changed it.
Well, it didn't dramatically change it. It changed 2 words at the end.
Are we going to talk about that?
Yeah, originally at the end of the second message, it said, it looked like it said by the coach. I mean, it detracted, and this is just highly coincidental, serendipitous, I guess. It decrypted to the last 3 words, ID by Rose. Yeah, right, so ID by Rose. But it turns out that what he had intended to do is he had intended to put another X in there as a delimiter to the previous sentence. And then have the 2 words layer 2 appear after that. And so when he left that out,
he removed the X to make it look proportionate.
Yeah, exactly. So when he left that out, it went from saying layer 2 to just saying ID by Rose. And that's just a pure coincidence that it actually translated to something coherent.
See, that's
likely that it could have translated to something just gibberish.
That's why I
That's why you're wondering if
about
maybe
this.
the same message with 2 different keys could translate to 2 different.
Because it totally could.
That
I
would
mean,
totally explain.
there's no spaces, there's no nothing, right? So
would explain some of the things like the X's and the
Yeah.
smileys.
Yeah.
I know.
Exactly.
Well,
And
you know, imagine this. Imagine that you're reading left to right, line after line. What if it's, you're reading column?
well,
You know,
or I mean, the other thing even is like maybe you're reading right to left because you can go all the way around these things, right? I mean, they are intentionally punched all the way through.
Yeah, you can
right?
sit right on the other side of it
And then it's
read
a
it
totally different
backwards.
message.
You read it backwards, yeah.
You read left to right from the other side. And
Yeah.
I guess
One.
so I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff here that.
Yeah, one of the reasons I wondered about the top and bottom thing, the column thing, is that some of the words and the misspellings and stuff like the last word in the first message was illusion. But it's spelled with a Q instead of an L, so it's IQLU, so it's illusion. And I seriously wondered, because he said he left letters out too, deliberately. And I wondered if actually the word he's actually misspelled wasn't illusion after all.
Inclusion?
Occlusion. Occlusion is the word I'm thinking, occlusion. Because it makes sense. I mean, he's talking about shadow and darkness and all that stuff. So he says, between subtle shading and the absence of light lies the nuance of the illusion. But occlusion fits that a lot better, if you think about it. Occlusion is like, the absence of light. Essentially, when you occlude something, you block the light, you shade it and stuff.
Or
so to me,
London.
yeah, well, that kind of thing too, but occlusion. So I wondered occlusion. So in other words, he put a Q in there because he needed to, otherwise he would have had to put 2 C's in there. That's all was CSC. And so he needed to toss out one of those C's, and so he put the Q in there instead to do the same job. So I Q and so those C, which would explain, again, this is all tendentious. It's like, I'm not actually going to spend a huge amount of time trying to crack this one because I've just got too much to do. I don't have
There's a lot of people with bigger brains who have not managed to do it, and probably it's not worth the time for people around to do.
It's one of those deals, so I just thought, okay, I'll give it like half an hour just because it'd be so cool if all these people would beat their brains out of it, if I was able to sit down and just, crack it.
I just did a text editor and figured it out.
Yeah. Has anybody ever thought to put this into Microsoft Word and switch over to LinkedIn?
Really,
Yeah, I'm going to try that. Actually, I'm not going to try that.
Or just do the text language on Google Translate.
Yeah, try that too.
one and, you know, see if there's another language in there. Because Google's pretty good at, like, trying to decipher. Google's like your friend. You know, like, you can type some, like, really messed up words in there and you're like, oh, this would it understand somehow.
I got a feeling if you type this, Google probably knows this very well. If you type it in there, Google's going to say, like, nice try, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We solved this 20 years ago.
Nice try, dude. Back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, back to our thing, so there apparently are intervals to solve, and that will lead you, you know, as I said, he made reference to something being hidden somewhere, probably around the CIA, likely. He actually gave me level 2, whatever that means, layer 2, actually. Layer 2.
That's another one, right? Where it's like, he's obviously telling us, like, there's another layer to this code.
Yeah.
And maybe it is, and maybe he's just playing this mind game, right? Where every time somebody says, hey, did this, he's like, no. Like, ID Rose, like, that could be, I'm sure everybody, like, I'm sure that people have experienced this or explored this already, right? But ID by Rose could be another part of the cipher that exposes the second layer. It could be, right?
Yeah.
Rose could be the other part.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, by the way, there is a discussion forum for these cryptos nerds. If you really want to get a chance to get involved in this, I'll definitely put the link out there to you. Have back there. Send me an email and ask for membership. If you know the end of this video.
Like to prove that you're not like
or Russian. Actually, you probably get extra points for your Russian. But but they got into it discussing if they still have it right now.
But that's a straight Mr. One. Okay.
Yeah, and then of course, you know, there's other elements of the sculpture also. There's some pieces that are sort of set around it, and you don't know if those have significance or they're flat places where people sit down and eat your lunch. You know, Did I read somewhere somebody thought that maybe they were Braille or something? There's a Morse code. That's okay. Yeah, there's actually the whole thing. There's not just a sculpture, but there's other various rocks and things around, and there's a message in Morse code. Yeah, okay, that's what they conceivably be Braille. You know, it was the Morse code, not Braille. Yeah, totally wrong. Yeah, but it's Morse code though it doesn't really translate that well because there's a lot of dots in there which translate to just E. So maybe it's something else. I don't know. No, the message is wee. Yeah, that's what it is.
But where did that come from? Was that part of the same?
It's part of the same sculpture, yeah.
Jeez.
But it does make you wonder if maybe people are too fixated on the central piece, and that's why he keeps looking at other stuff.
Oh yeah, there's aerial images available out there. People look like, you know, trying to like make any sense out of there. Of course, somebody has actually marked the spot that's marked by those coordinates that are in K2. So you can find an area where that's marked.
And is it on Langley property?
Yeah, it is. That's actually
What are you doing?
Yeah, they have a Berlin wall memorial there where they actually brought over several chunks of the Berlin wall after it got torn down. They sort of created a monument to that. It's right about very close to that.
Well, maybe there's some significance with Berlin.
Yeah, well, Berlin clock and all that stuff. And of course, when this was commissioned, and he was doing it for his work, it was commissioned, I think, before the fall of the wall. But then I believe it was after the fall of the wall. So I get a little depiction going back, inserting some reference to, you know, obviously the Berlin clock, but maybe something about the wall.
Yeah.
All kinds. So you need to know what stuff. But we don't know.
Yeah.
And so there's Bill, he said, he's hinted that the solution to this riddle lead you essentially to another riddle. And that's the riddle. Apparently, to solve these last riddles, you have to actually have access to the CIA. You have to solve it on the ground. So good luck with that. Yeah. And so that's where it's at. And so any of our listeners out there, if you know, if you go out there and solve this, then just tell them we sent you. We appreciate that all over the coast. Yeah. So let's get into our mysteries here. These are more mysteries and theories.
Well, yeah, we've been on Mystery 1 for a good little bit here.
Yeah. Mystery 2. I would say the NSA telling the truth, which is to say, they say they haven't cracked K4, K5 yet.
That seems suspicious.
They kind of does, you know. These guys, you know, actually kind of make me mad because they know what they do to this kind of crap.
Yeah.
And I kind of
They may have other things that they consider higher priority than solving the art installation.
Sounds wrong.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it really could be, but you would think that with all those secret computers and everything, I know they've said, at least for public consumption, they've said that they're not really using public resources to this at all.
Yeah, people would freak out if they heard that.
I would.
Well, I would. I don't know, man. I think if NSA employees have a spare minute to decrypting ISIS communications and everything, if they're going to keep this downtime, they want to play with this on their secret computers. I have a problem with that. It's like exactly for them, it's kind of cool to have a nice little break from your day-to-day routine. They agree with something a little different, keep your mind sharp. But yeah, I think they're probably lying. I gotta think they're probably at least NSA is broken.
Well, they're supposed to, I mean, the answer was given to the CIA.
Yeah.
So you imagine that, what's the head guy, William, thank you. He probably put it in a safe, and it's probably something that is transferred from director to director, so they know the friggin' answer.
Yeah.
They have to have the answer, so it's not as if they.
Well, somebody, yeah, I mean, somebody's getting, maybe those guys that monitor fellows that they actually live and steal in the envelope in the safe for all these years, and they haven't actually pulled out and looked at it. But
If I've watched X-Files enough, the answer to that is no.
they don't think I have to not pull that envelope out and have a look at it,
It'd
right?
be almost impossible.
Yeah, it really kind of would be, yeah.
So how many more mysteries do we have
I
here?
got a few more. Mystery number 3, one of the encryption algorithms for P4, P5, we've already kind of talked about that, so I don't, I did.
Alphabet soup.
Yeah, alphabet soup, but I've already told you what it can be. It's not rearrangement. It's not just a simple substitution cipher or CHF or anything like that. There's a lot of other ciphers out there. So anyway,
Why does it on here say Pig Latin?
oh yeah, I tried Big Latin, that doesn't work.